Ashutosh, I turn to you, which is a small but important universe because perhaps it reflects the best in terms of skills and also the youth category. What did you see happen through the course of these few months at LinkedIn? And I'd just like to sort of contextualize my question with some of our findings at the YouGov Mint and CPR Millennial Survey, where we found across 10,000 respondents that young workers were actually hit hardest by the spate of layoffs that occurred in the wake of the pandemic. What is it that you saw happen in terms of trends, particularly for the youth?
I think there are a couple of things which were very evident when we looked at the LinkedIn data. Starting April, first of all, online learning literally got a shot in the arm. And we have not seen such kind of numbers ever on the platform, right? So we measure that in terms of number of hours spent on LinkedIn Learning, and that has grown 3x since April to December, right? So that's a significant increase. And the most important thing is in the recent survey, we do a workplace confidence index survey, so WCI. A lot of our professionals shared that, and 60% or 57% of them shared that they will continue learning at the same pace or increase the time spent on learning. So that's significant. So that's going into the next year. It's not a short-term blip. It's not a short-term trend. People have realized the value of learning. And that was the first trend we saw very, very evident in April when we went into the lockdown. Number two is when we look at the future, we, along with Microsoft, we looked into our economic data, economic graph data, and that trend, and I've shied away from saying it's a crystal ball trend, like it will happen, but I feel more confident now in December that digitization has got a huge acceleration, a huge shot in the arm globally and even for Indian economy, right? We recently published a lot of early conversations with CHROs, with CEOs on the platform, and all of them were talking about digitization in their respective sectors, be it manufacturing, be it retail, of course, technology sector, right? So when in June we launched a global skills initiative along with Microsoft and GitHub, we wanted to help the professional workforce reskill them on the digital skills, because digitization means there'll be a huge demand for digital skills, and that's something which we wanted the global workforce to get ready. Now, with the kind of numbers and all the panelists were sharing, right? Like there is a huge shock to the employment system, which happened in the April to June quarter. This is not something which will recover like in few months. This is a long-term work which we'll have to do together. But I think digitization, demand for digital skills, this is definitely something which will have to come together as a country and make some progress. And I think infrastructure, I mean, there's so many dimensions for
Sure.
this. But to your question, coming back, online learning and digitization are definitely two things which I saw very, very clearly during the lockdown.